Hello and welcome to 6 Degrees of Feature Film. I am Elphaba, also known as Brienne, also known as Miss Movies.
I am Kobe Bryant's Oscar.
Okay.
He has an Oscar, you guys.
Kobe Bryant does have an Oscar.
I don't follow Kobe Bryant, but I did just catch up on the Oscars because it's all up on Hulu. I couldn't watch it live because someone had work. But I finally got to watch it, and to my surprise, there was Kobe Bryant. Did not know he made a film. Did not know he won an Oscar. That was a complete shock to me. Also, I hope everyone realized.
Brienne, the video's like cutting in and out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
I feel like
We can-
that is what's happening when I've been watching stuff because mine isn't doing that.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Yours is doing that,
Yeah,
but
my
mine
stream
is
of it
not.
is doing that. Okay.
So-
Technology's fun.
Technology is fun, isn't it great?
Cool.
Isn't it great? Maybe try reloading,
Yeah.
Ben.
Okay. I'm
Try
just,
that.
Then.
Look,
Okay.
I'm trying to keep
Kobe
us
Bryant
running
has an Oscar.
smoothly.
Okay.
It would have
Well,
been nice if you would have
try a little better, 'cause
You know
this
who
show's
doesn't
a
have an
mess.
Oscar? This show doesn't have an Oscar
It
because
doesn't.
it's cutting in and out. Blah 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 blah. See, we got
Well,
to.
we're not
Well,
segue.
maybe if
We're
I
not gonna
maybe
win
if,
it for
maybe if
editing.
we had high quality segues like that, we would have an Oscar.
Maybe we'd have a streamy
Ooh, streamies are fun.
Oscar. Not so much.
I
But
did
hey.
like that they set him in the last row on the aisle
Well,
so that his
because
legs could do like
stretch
this a
out.
little bit to stretch out. Because
I would think
too
the
tall to fit
first
in those
row
normal seats.
would probably be better for him.
But that's for all the big stars. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
that's
a big
true.
star, but that's for all the acting stars.
Yes,
You know, and the high
they could have put
powers.
him like far right, far stage right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Okay. It's just
I
shocking
ended
to
up
me.
watching the Oscars actually live, which I haven't done in maybe 10 years
Whoa.
because of children. My kids are not 10, but before that, I probably wasn't like around or whatever. This is the first time I sat
You
down
were
and watched
alive?
it.
Were you
Like
dead for a
just,
few years?
doing things, not,
Having
in
a
the
social
area.
life.
Yeah, being social.
What's more
'Cause
social
that's what I
than
do.
than an Oscar watch party? That's
True.
all I want in life is a cute little apartment to have all my friends come over and watch the Oscars.
That's what I did.
And then we can live tweet and talk shit about everyone and
Hmm.
say how Meryl Streep looked like the fairy godmother
Yes,
from
from Shrek
2.
2.
She
She
totally
did.
did, you guys.
She did. I love that someone did that side by side. I wish I had thought of that.
I know.
I didn't. But someone did, and I'm sure they've gotten 20, 40, 60K retweets
I'm
and
sure. I'm
likes
sure.
on.
If I
Twitter.
saw it, then you know it's big because I follow all the biggins.
You do know it's big.
Yeah, but besides Meryl, what are we talking about today? 'Cause
Okay,
Meryl
so
was always going to be.
Here's
in
what
our
we're talking
opening.
about today. We're going to talk about we're doing the title is all movie musicals all the time.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about movies we want to have made as musicals. We're kind of
Yes.
we're going off the beaten path of what 6 Degrees normally is. And we're just going
Yes.
to talk about 6 to 7 movies that we would like to have as musicals.
Yeah. So I made a list of 7. Did you make a list of 7 as well?
I can
So then it's
count
14?
how many that I have. Let's see. I have 6.
Okay,
Because
I have 7.
I at one point was like, I can't think of anything else, and it's really late tonight.
Yeah.
Also, announcement up top. This month is our final month of 6 Degrees of Feature Film before we go on a hiatus.
Little
It'll
hiatus.
be a minimum of 3 months,
Mhm.
or could be forever. I don't know. It really doesn't. I don't know. I
Yeah.
was thinking about it today, and I was like, but I really like seeing Stacy
Here's the thing
and
is
Ben
that
on
sorry.
Wednesdays.
I know.
Yeah.
So
We're pretty
'Cause
great.
Pretty hard.
It's getting harder to record as we both expand into our careers and extra projects
Right.
and everything. But the reason we do this show is because we love each other and we love
Yes.
talking about movies and we just want to do that. So we want to
right.
make sure that it's like feasible with our schedules, So it's just about figuring out how we can do it the best we can and for you guys because it's so much fun and we love it.
We do.
Yeah.
We do love it.
Yeah. I love you.
So we decided this
a little bit.
or I decided, I'm gonna let you know right now. This month we're just gonna do whatever we want.
What? Fuck it.
We're not gonna take one
no.
film and show how 6 other films link up to it.
No.
We're just gonna talk about films and probably within about 6 or 7 in general.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
might each bring 6 or 7, in which
might.
case that's a lot of movies.
We might do the thing where we like had the fishbowl and we wrote down random
Yes.
films and then we
Yes.
had to connect it. We just want to be more casual with it.
That's right.
We
More
just wanna
casual.
chat. Mhm.
So there you
Okay.
go. There you have
So
it.
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have fun time, and yeah.
Stacy and I last week went on last week, 2 weeks ago, went on movie fights, and they wanted us to basically pitch a musical
Mm-hmm.
that we want to see. Now, the original question was a remake of a musical. And I had contacted Billy, who sent us the questions, and I said, does it have to be a remake of a movie musical? Because I want to remake a musical that's been on Broadway for the screen. So can I do that? And he said that I could. So, but then they reworded it for the show because they didn't want people being like, she didn't really answer the question or whatever, because it's open ended. I was like, well, Billy, I did have a statement prepared to say how this fits into the question that you're asking. But
yeah.
but whatever.
I mean, I think it's just musicals. You know, there's some on Broadway, there's some
Mhm.
in film. So this is musicals we want to see put to screen.
That's
it could
right.
be a remake. It could be Broadway. So we're going to
It
talk about.
could
some of
also
those.
be a movie that's not a musical that we want to become a musical.
And I was talking about how, so I pitched Singing in the Rain with
Mhm.
Michelle Gondry as the director, and I was talking about how much I
Yes.
love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And she was like, is this going to be a musical version
Yes,
of that?
I
said,
wrote this
we
down.
could totally do that.
I wrote this down. Should we
Okay.
talk about it now?
We can do all of those things.
Let's
and
talk
more.
about it now. Because
Can we
I
have
wrote
a
down.
musical Western, please? I'm going to pitch that.
Okay. Well, there are some, like
Yeah.
Oklahoma is kind of a
I
Western.
don't like Oklahoma. Well, one of
Okay.
mine is going to fit into that. Okay,
Blazing
let's get into
Saddles is kind of a musical.
that's
Not
true.
really, but there's
It
musical
could,
moments.
You could make it more musical if you wanted.
We could
to.
make it a musical,
You
although
could
it's
make it
it's really not appropriate
I
for
want
this time.
I want a pirate musical, and I know
Yeah,
Pirates of
Pirates of the
Penzance
Caribbean.
exist.
Well,
but no.
Pirates of the Caribbean would be a fun
Yeah.
musical, actually. Did I write that down? I don't know.
That would be
Here's
fun.
what I got. Okay, so Eternal Sunshine
Okay.
of the Spotless Mind. Let's go back to that because
Okay.
when you were talking about it and pitching it on Movie Fights, I was like, I
Excuse
really want to see Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind as a musical. Why aren't we doing this?
That would be amazing. I mean, the film itself is one of my favorite films of all time. It's so original and weird and beautiful and depressing, but in a human way. And
it has that sci-fi. It's like a rom-com sci-fi.
It's a rom-com
or a
indie dramedy
sci-fi
thing, and it's really cool.
In the Venn diagram of things that are romantic comedy and dramedy and sci-fi, this is in the middle.
And it's one of my favorite portrayals of love and relationships in film, where the final, one of the final scenes we see in one of the final conversations they have is, I'm going to become bored and be frustrated with you, and you're going to, be a mess, and that's going to happen with me. And then they say, okay. And it's just, okay, relationships aren't perfect. Are you going to find in the love of your life? I don't know. But can you make someone be the love of your life? Sure. No one wants to die alone.
Can you make someone? I don't know if you can make someone be the
You
love of your life.
can't make them, but can you find a way can you love each other and then find a way to just live with the flaws?
It's called marriage.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
mean, that's what it is.
That's the relationships are. It's it's a realistic portrayal of it versus the movie thing where we are happily ever after running into the sunset. Which I really liked and saw as, what year did it come out? 2003? I think
I would have guessed 2001, but this is what we have Ben for.
Ben, what time?
Ben,
what year?
When did Eternal Sunshine
What year
of the
did Eternal
Spotless?
Sunshine
I feel like it was 2003, but I'm looking it up.
Okay, well that's what I just said. So I feel like you subconsciously.
It was 2004.
2004.
Oh, yeah. Good
So
job.
me as a 14-year-old was like, oh, okay, that's a better portrayal of love than what I've seen in film. So I really liked it. So yeah, that'd be a wonderful musical to see.
Here's who I am casting. Okay, I feel like Patrick Wilson would be really good as Joel. I love Patrick Wilson.
He's just so handsome.
He is, and he's a really good singer because he was on Broadway for many a year.
Which I did not know. I only know that he did Phantom of the Opera.
He did Phantom of the Opera, and he also there is some video somewhere on Twitter of him singing a Queen song like as Freddie Mercury, and it's so good.
Whoa.
I was like, wait, he's not the one that's playing Freddie Mercury in the movie
Why
that's coming up, but he would be amazing.
The biggest star in the world?
I don't know.
I don't understand. He needs to get a new agent, and he either here's what I think it is. sometimes people are wonderful artists and they want to do good work, and it's okay that they're not the biggest stars in the world. They accept that, and they have beautiful
Mhm.
families and a home, and that's like they just want a full life. And
Yes.
sometimes people sacrifice everything that they have in order to be the biggest star in the world.
Yes.
So I feel like if he put everything, I'm not saying he's not trying hard. I'm saying if he like sacrificed everything in his life, he could probably be a bigger star. But he's like, I just want a little piece, and I've got the success that I am happy with,
Yeah.
and going forward. I don't know if that's an accurate depiction of what
It could
his
be
life
an
is, but
accurate depiction of
I
his.
feel like he could be huge.
Star Drew asks, another one bites the dust. It is not another one bites the dust. It is somebody to love. That's what he's saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody to love. That one.
Somebody.
Somebody. Somebody. Somebody.
Don't sing it, Ben.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
I was just gonna criticize Stacy's initial singing of it.
Oh.
When she was like, "Oh, that one," I was like,
Oh.
When you did it again after she sang a bit and then you were fine. But
I was
Somebody
so
thinking
tired.
of Happy Feet, so I was
Ah.
singing it as the penguin.
yeah, that explains it.
Because it's really the only.
I still would want
person
Kate
I know.
Winslet because she
Yeah.
and Patrick are similar in age. I guess I just
They
would
also
want to
did Little
replace Jim
Children
Carrey
together.
and or Naomi Watts, but I don't know if she can sing. I don't know if either of those ladies can sing, but
I
you
bet
know
she
what?
could.
I
Naomi
don't-
Watts can do anything.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe that too. Okay, so Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind
Okay.
was the first.
So that's yours.
Was the first one. Why don't you
Here's-
go with one?
I've got one. Me and Ryan just saw this on Broadway, or not Broadway, on the stage in LA. Something Rotten.
Oh, I have not seen Something Rotten. Tell me what it's about. Because
It's
it looks like it takes place in like Shakespearean times.
It does indeed.
Okay.
And it's basically about a writer who's a writer at the same time of Shakespeare. And he's trying to be inspired to write a play. And he is using everything around him as kind of part of his story. And so it goes in and out between factual history and what could be fantasy, but it's
Okay.
kind of like Shakespeare in Love, where we know that A, B, and C happened, but we don't quite know how. So you see the backstory to everything, but there's no
Okay.
proof that actually happened. And it has lots of current pop culture references in it. And it's supposed to be like he's the one that actually wrote Hamlet, but then he allowed Shakespeare to take Hamlet because Shakespeare helped him cover up something else. And it's all this like kind of roundabout stuff. And it's musical and it's super funny and a little raunchy, and there's all kinds of like magic and mysticism and all kinds of crazy stuff. And Shakespeare's like a rock star in it. So kind of like a Billy Idol
is it like
character.
Is it
It's
like
a musical.
Yeah, but is it like Knight's shoot, why can't I think of it right now? The one with Heath Ledger. Knight's Tale. Is it like a Knight's Tale where there's like the rock, but it's set in the
I mean, it's
different
rock music
times?
in it,
Okay.
yeah, because it's a modern day musical, or
Got it.
it was made in modern day, so yeah, it's modern day rock. But
Here, we have to cover Ben's face.
Oh.
Like, although he's already gone now.
Okay. Oh, you got a package.
Oh, just a package. I don't.
Fifth Son.
Is that even for me?
What did you
I
order?
don't know. I have no idea. Ben, can you open that?
By the way, I still haven't received a package that I need for a costume, and I'm pretty upset about it. So I'm gonna need to. If that's it and it's sent to Brienne's house instead, that would be hysterical.
Amazing. I don't know what
Fifth Son is. This is like an unpackaging. This is our own unpackaging, except no one can see
but
the
no one can see
unpackaging.
it. No one can see
We're
it.
gonna reveal it.
Oh,
it's a t-shirt.
yes, this is for my son.
Oh,
Here, I'll show it. Thank you. I lost his Mario shirt and he was very sad.
Oh.
And so I picked this one out.
How do you lose a shirt?
Okay, here's what happened. Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
Real quick. I thought it was a red shirt that had all these Mario characters on it. And I was like, I can't find this shirt. I thought I put it in the wash. Didn't know what happened. I was doing the laundry. So like this was days ago. I finally like got around to folding the laundry because it takes a while sometimes. Yeah. And I realized it was a blue shirt with the characters on it, and I still had it. But I ended up buying this because I said like, I'm sorry, I don't know where your shirt is. I can get another one to replace it. So that's his replacement shirt. A little big for him, but Oh well.
I feel like maybe you can cut that off and wear it as a crop top.
He'll also
you
grow
want.
into it.
He will grow into it. It'll
Yeah.
be
That's
fine.
the perk of youth.
It'll be fine.
True. He'll grow into it within 2 weeks.
So
That's how
something
babies
rotten.
grow, right?
I'm sorry that I interrupted that
No
with
worries.
a package.
Something rotten. Yeah. It's a retelling of how Hamlet was written, and it was
Oh, how
originally
Hamlet was written.
Yeah, how
Okay.
Hamlet was written, and it was supposed to be they were going to name it Omelet. And it
Yes.
was because he goes to see like a witch seer person, and she's seeing all this stuff in the future, but she mispronounces it, so it's going to be about eggs and how everyone's an egg you have to crack and all this crazy stuff. So it's it's filled with familiar moments in history that we know, but it's a retelling of how they came about. And you're like, oh, that's how it. Oh, and it's got really great women in it, really really fun casting, and it's just super fun. So you could do like set it in Shakespeare's times, have this elaborate sets and like moving pieces, and just be really like raunchy and gaudy and fun with it. I think it'd be a good
I like
time.
it.
Yeah.
So something rotten.
Something
Eternal
rotten.
Sunshine. Something rotten.
Okay. What's your second one?
I am gonna say Wicked, which I said on Movie Fights, because I'm really ready for Wicked to be ready for it to be a movie. I feel like we're ready in terms of like see what we can do with CGI in terms of making the set pieces and stuff like that. The last thing that we saw of Wizard of Oz was like Oz the Great and Powerful, and that wasn't really great or powerful. So I feel like this could be great and powerful. I really would love to, and I will cast Zendaya and everything, but I would really like her as Elphaba. And I said it in my pitch as Taylor Swift as Glinda. Because she is Glinda. I feel like she is Glinda. And you know who gave me that idea? Mark and Draco.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how do I help me out with some notes on Wicked? And he was like, well, here's who you should cast. And I was like, that's actually perfect, Mark. I'm going to go with that. Thank you.
Good job. Good job,
Thanks,
Mark and Draco.
Can Taylor Swift act?
No.
You know, she can get a coach.
Fair.
Because there are plenty of people that cannot act that are famous that with a coach can do a lot better and maybe even pass as an actor. Rihanna, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for that, but I'm gonna hold it for Ocean's 8 and hopefully she's gonna surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's what's happening.
Yeah. I think it would be wonderful if that movie was as amazing as I want it to be. I'm really excited to see it.
I'm excited to see it.
Okay.
So if you don't know the story of Wicked, it's just kind of like, oh, have you ever read that book? It's the Three Little Pigs, but told through the eyes of the wolf. So it like paints the wolf as kind of like not really a villain.
What is it? What's the story for the wolf? Like, what's going on?
It's kind of I can't remember what exactly like his story is. We'll have to look this up later. But it's basically like, well, I'm not really a bad guy. I was doing it because of this reason, or I had a cold or something like that. Like it's really pretty funny to see it from a different perspective. And I feel like that's what we get with Wicked. Like you're seeing it from the Wicked Witch of the West's perspective, and she's not really a villain.
Yeah.
And you see how it kind of they've portrayed her to be this villain and how she has all these other layers that you don't really know about. You don't really know who she is. And now you're going to find out who she really is. So I kind of like that. I feel like Wicked does kind of make it PC, but at the same time, I think it's kind of fun because then we're seeing it from a different perspective. And why not?
Yeah, why not? I would love to see a film version of Wicked. I think that'd be great.
It's about time. Supposedly it's on the books right now. Let's see. It's supposed to come out. Let me look. 2019, December 20th. And it's supposed to be directed.
It's not far away, and I feel like no one's even announced.
I know. It's supposed to be directed by Stephen Daldry.
What did he do? I don't know what he did. I don't have it in my notes here. Ben's going to tell us what Stephen Daldry did. But that's all I know.
Stephen Daldry directed Billy Elliot, The Reader, The Hours, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, and Trash.
Trash?
Trash.
Not
it's a
Trash.
2014 movie.
Okay.
Not Crash.
Not
Trash.
But trash.
Trash.
Okay. Here's my number 2 then. I want
Okay.
them to remake Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Now,
Oh,
this
love
is
that
I love
movie.
this movie
Love
so
that
much.
movie.
My mom loved it. This is something she showed me once it came out on DVD and all these kind of like older musicals were becoming available. She's like, "You need to see this. It's amazing."
Mm-hmm.
Um
Gotta get some
I
really good dancers.
amazing. This is one of the best examples of real dance, real like ballet,
Mm-hmm.
jazz,
Like
kind of
if
modern
someone messes
dancing.
up, we're gonna have to start at the top again and do this over for
Yeah.
camera. Like
Yeah. Like
they don't
it's
do that anymore.
and they do incredible stunts. Basically, the premise is, and it is not a premise we could do in modern day because it's kind of terrible. But a man sees a woman. He owns some land. He's like a settler basically, and
Mm-hmm.
this is back in the day when if you bought a little land, you got to get yourself a wife and have some kids and settle
That's
down,
right.
manifest destiny. We got to settle the country, guys. So he sees this woman at like a restaurant, like a waitress, and was like, "Hey, I have a piece of land. You seem like a nice little lady. Let's make a life together." So she doesn't know him at all. She
That's what
basically just
happened back
decides,
in the
yeah,
day, which is so
crazy,
weird.
right? That's so insane.
Still
But also,
happens today in some places.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
you're
Yeah.
this
right.
is
You're
true.
right. It
You're not
does.
wrong, Ben. So she agrees because she's like, okay, if he has some land, he has a nice piece of property, and I can, be a good wife and have a good household and everything. We
Mm-hmm.
can do this. It'll be fine. She gets there. He has 6 other brothers, and she has to be the. Yeah, no, it literally is very
Okay.
disturbing. That's what I.
Okay. Wait.
That's
Read this comment out
Seven Rights
before
for
you.
Seven Brothers is disturbing. They kidnap the girls until they fall in love with them. Yeah, it
It's
is.
Stockholm
Syndrome.
syndrome.
It absolutely is.
Daza.
That's why I
Yes.
said you can't do this premise today because it's terrible. But the musical itself is wonderful and it's so lively and colorful. There's obviously 14, opportunities for casting if you have
Yes.
7 brides for 7 brothers, so you could get all the great
Zendaya in every single part.
Zendaya in every scene.
It's all. She is the Eddie Murphy of our time.
She is.
She's gonna play every single character.
Every single character on
That's just.
every single role.
I'm all for it.
The dancing was incredible and it was just so much fun. But you could obviously wouldn't do that premise. Maybe it would be like the girls want to get married so they can get out of, the house and want to see the world and everything.
Yeah.
And so maybe you could reverse it or something. I don't know. But that's a musical that I loved and that I would want to see brought into modern times and not have that premise because it's really bad.
We have to somehow change the premise.
You gotta change.
But I saw Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. The first time I ever saw it was at USC. I did this class called Cinema 466, which is taught by Leonard Maltin. And you get to see a movie a week. And usually it's a movie that's going to be coming out that week or in the future, shortly in the future, like a few days. And then someone from the movie will come and talk about it. Maybe the director or whatever. I got to see Christopher Nolan speak, which was pretty awesome. After Insomnia, we watched Insomnia. But what happened on this one, so the very last one of the class is a classic film. So it was Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and there were people that like left because they didn't want to watch it. And I was like, what? Why are people leaving? And it was amazing. And then Russ Tamlin came and spoke at the end and he got to talk about the whole movie. I think Amber Tamlin was in the audience, I want to say. Like it was awesome.
That's
It
cool.
was a really great experience. And then just hearing his experience on the film and just about other films that he's done in general, like his career. It was one of the best, I think, out of all of the ones that we saw. And we saw a lot of really great directors and writers. And we saw the guys from Better Luck Tomorrow, which were awesome. But out of everyone that spoke, that was my favorite class. And I was like, I can't believe all these people that just like got up and left because, oh, it's a classic film. Like,
yeah,
yay.
what bullshit.
So good. So good.
Guys, love you some classic cinema. Do it. Watch it.
So far, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Something Rotten, Wicked.
7 Brides for Seven Brothers.
I'm gonna go. Let's talk about Xanadu because we talked about that also on Movie Fights.
That's on my list as well, so we can cross that off.
Xanadu. First of all, Xanadu itself is not good, and that's why we need to remake it.
Yes.
Because we can remake it and it will be good. It'll be better.
Because this is a wild fever dream of a story
yes.
that if you put it, if you had it make sense a little more and get some the modern day like best creative visual dancing, seeing everything people, it could be an extravaganza.
You have to change the story. There's just no way because it's like about right now it's about like the starving artist who somehow gets connected with like this guy who's really rich, who's gonna just invest in whatever dreams this starving
But
artist
that
has.
then
And then it's like this roller rink. It's just terrible. It's
And-
terrible. And then Olivia
yeah.
Newton-John is like this
she's like a
Greek
muse.
goddess muse, and he gets the girl, and I don't know. It's insane.
If they make it if they get the money to make this and then everyone is like, I'm not gonna see this, but then a few people see it and it's amazing, everyone will see it. You
Yes.
just gotta take risks. Ooh, if I was
There
if I
obviously has
was
to be
like
roller
a
skating.
multi-hundred millionaire person, I would be
Mhm.
like, yes,
Mhm.
here is $50 million.
That's right.
Go and then make it back, and I'll be paid back, and everything will be fine. Let's work together.
And again, Zendaya as Olivia Newton-John. I think that's all we cast. We cast her, and then we were supposed to say Tom Hooper as the director, but we said Tobe Hooper.
Tobe Hooper accidentally.
So that wasn't
I
going
bet
to work.
Tobe Hooper could do it.
6
Well, he's
degrees of
not
Zendaya.
alive anymore. 6 degrees of Zendaya. That's
Yeah.
that's the theme.
Ben's
today.
so bored with Zendaya.
That's the theme today, ladies and gentlemen. I do like Jonathan Peck's idea of Avenue Q, directed by Edgar Wright. Have you seen Avenue Q?
No, what's that?
I haven't, but I haven't seen it, but it looks pretty interesting. There's puppets, and they were doing it on Big Little Lies. Like that was the play that she was producing, was Avenue Q. And it's supposed to be kind of up to, commentary about the times, political type commentary, and definitely not for kids, even though there's puppets.
All right.
Yeah.
And Stick in the Mud, Laura Dern wouldn't let them do it.
Critically acclaimed, Laura says, had a ball talking about Xanadu a couple weeks ago. It sounded bananas. It is bananas. Okay, if I hope I remember to put this in the description below, but our friend Mike Carano did a Xanadu review on his channel, and it is so good. And he sings Xanadu. When we saw him in concert, I asked him to sing Xanadu, and he did, and it was great. But he has a great review of it that is just, he's hilarious. He's the comedian's comedian.
He is. He absolutely is. And should be cherished and protected at all costs.
We also wanted it to be written by Luc Besson.
Yes.
Because
he's the only one wild enough to do it.
And then some new music by the guys that did La La Land.
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
I think this is going to be the next big hit. It's going to be the next greatest showman. People are going to be doing Xanadu all over the place.
I hope so. My next one would be, I've got Guys and Dolls and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes on there, but I've never really seen either of those films. I just know that they're older classic musicals.
I've seen both.
So I think anything can be brought into modern times if it's well made. So what would those look like? Since I haven't seen
Guys and Dolls, I would love to see remade.
It's like a gambler,
but I feel like I want to see it just like as it is remade.
Yeah.
Same with Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, which would be a little bit harder because you have Marilyn Monroe and Jane. Oh, I can't remember her name.
Jane, not Mansfield. Russell? Jane Russell.
It could be Jane Russell.
I think so.
No, I don't know. Ben's looking it up right now. But so they were talking about doing Guys and Dolls a while ago.
Jane Russell.
Got it. Thanks, Stacy. They were talking about doing Guys and Dolls a while ago. When I remember, again, when I was at SC, we were talking about this. So in like 2003, they wanted to remake Guys and Dolls, and Vin Diesel was like a big proponent of trying to get it made. And I was like, Vin Diesel would be great as this character, Big Julie.
Yeah, he would.
And Leonard Maltin said to me, there's no way he'd take that role. And I was like, why not? Big Julie's a great role. And he's like, that's not the lead role. He wants to be Nathan Detroit.
Oh,
Vin
bad.
Diesel.
And I was like, you're
You
right.
need to humble yourself if you want to make better films. I'm shouting it out. I'm telling you right now,
Hey.
you better take yourself down a step if you want to make true movies, because people will let you be in their films. You have great talent, but they're not gonna let you be the lead at first. So he's making Fast and Furious and all this stuff, which are not bad movies, but they're not, the highest caliber of filmmaking.
I feel like The Rock would be like, I'll do Big Julie.
Sure.
Maybe.
But The Rock can humble himself, I think.
I was Harry the Horse in Guys and Dolls.
I don't remember Harry the Horse.
Were you
He's a
a
character.
horse's ass in that? Were you the ass?
Well, this is just rude now.
Is it like you dress like a horse?
No,
or
like
he was
it's a
guy,
character
but
who's
his
called.
name
He's
is-
he's a gangster. He's called
I
Harry
thought
the
you
Horse.
meant you were literally
No,
a
no, no.
horse. and you were like
No.
the butt.
He's the guy.
So for
Okay.
both of those, yeah, I feel like remaking them as they are could work, knowing that this is a remake of something that obviously is not going to be politically correct, but it still can work. And I think I think they're famous enough movies that you could do it and it would be fine. And I don't know if they necessarily, well, they could seem like classics, but I don't know if people are like, no, don't touch Guys and Dolls. Never. You know, like I feel like
everyone did the play in high school, so they all are probably
they're all like,
familiar
okay,
with it.
we'll do it again.
No one cares.
Yeah. What's your next one?
My next one, let's go with Waitress. And the reason I want to do Waitress is because it was a movie.
A precious gem of a movie.
A precious gem of a movie.
So
it
cute.
became a musical. And now
Sarah Bareilles wrote the musical. And she starred in it?
Yes, I believe so. I believe you are correct. And now I would like it to now go from that musical back to the screen to be a musical. And again, I'm going to cast Patrick Wilson. Because I would like him in the Nathan Fillion role.
Oh, he'd be amazing. That's a perfect choice. Do you want Sarah and then who are you, or do you want someone else?
She could be. I put down Anne Hathaway. Because I want to see. I think she could be good as the Carrie Russell role. I wouldn't mind Carrie Russell again if she sings. But at the same time, sometimes when you take a movie that's been done before and you remake it as a musical, you have to kind of just throw out everything and start fresh because you don't want to confuse your audience, right? Is that like the whole point of here's why we're recasting this role? Not that we want to, but we just don't want to confuse you, especially if we're going to recast other people. So I don't know how Jeremy Sisto, like, does he sing? He was really good as her husband, but I think Jensen Ackles could do a really good job of that. Do you know Jensen Ackles?
No, who's that?
Jensen Ackles, for those that don't know, is one of the leads in Supernatural, which is a series that has been going forever.
Which one? The one with short hair or the one with long hair?
Short hair.
Thank you. The blonde.
Okay.
Yeah, the shorter blonde.
I know exactly who you mean. Never watched the show, but I know the image and I know who you mean.
Anyways, I feel like we need to see him more. He's a good actor, and I would like to see him in other things aside from Supernatural, but I know that people love that show so much, and that takes up a lot of his time. But hey, he could do something like Michael J. Fox and just do that in the morning and then at night shoot this movie.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sure. Okay.
So we went, let's talk about what we've done so far. I started off with something, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You did Something Rotten. Then I did Wicked. You did something else.
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yep. And then I came back and did Xanadu.
And then I talked about
Guys and Dolls
and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
And then I just talked about Waitress a little bit. I love Waitress.
My next one, this is something that I recently rewatched at one of those midnight screenings at the Vista in LA, which is really cool. Catch Me If You Can.
Ooh,
so the movie was, I forgot how much fun this movie is. This is a cat and mouse game with really interesting and fun characters. Amazing visuals, costumes, sets, everything is just like 60s mod, just the best, right? So it's perfect for a musical flow. Because a musical, you need to like stop and have numbers and have cool costumes. And can you see like the flight attendants? Like,
I can.
Dancing, and here's your bun. Go, sir. You know, like it'd be perfect, right? So I think that would be an incredible time. I would love to have amazing costume designers like from, Phantom Thread or whoever just like won for the costume to do just like incredible colors and everything. I'd love to see Tom Hanks back in the role. He could totally do the musical version.
He definitely could.
Absolutely. I just want to see huge sets, people dancing in the streets of 60s Manhattan would be beautiful. All the stewardesses and like you could do a little airline scene. There's just so many opportunities for really cool scenes. So yeah, Catch Me If You Can. It is.
I could see that on Broadway too.
It is a musical on Broadway, I think. What? So, but I want a movie now. I think.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. I need to see this.
Yeah.
I need to see this.
Maybe it had a short run, but I want to see a big screen version.
Okay.
Ben?
I want to see a big screen.
She's right.
Wow. Okay.
I am
Can
right.
You tell us
once.
anything more about the musical? Is it still running? What's the deal?
After tryout musical performance in Seattle in 2009, Catch Me If You Can opened at Broadway's Neil Simon Theater in April 2011. The production received 4 Tony Award nominations, including one for Best Musical, winning Best Actor in a Musical. It looks like there isn't anything. Oh no, wait. There's a United States national tour.
Okay.
Performed 2012. Yeah, the tour's ended.
Oh.
Although technically it says US tour 2012 onward, but
Okay.
like it was 2012, so it's over.
So got it. So it's open to maybe this will come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think
in
that
a movie
sounds great.
version, you guys. It would be so fun. It'd
That
be
would
so
be fun.
colorful.
I'm all for it.
Yes.
I'm all for this.
Yeah. Okay. What's your next one?
My next one is Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Let's make Beetlejuice a musical. And here's who I got for this. I decided to cast James McAvoy in the Beetlejuice role because I think he would be crazy. I feel like he can be really nuts. And we just aren't seeing
we just
it
saw him be
in
nuts and
Split.
Split.
Yeah.
So there's that.
There is that.
I do think he can sing, right?
I don't know.
I think he can.
If he can.
He's British. Everyone British can sing. He's a white British man.
But he didn't like. A lot of British actors grew up in theater, and that's why they can sing. And James McAvoy didn't. James McAvoy became an actor because a girl he was into was acting, and he was like, "I'm gonna go audition for this thing to flirt with her." And then he became.
Well, there you go.
With it. If he didn't like it, he wouldn't have continued.
No, obviously, I'm just saying, like, I'm not. Of all the British actors, he's one of the less likely to be trained in singing.
So anyway, I feel like he could still definitely pull this off. And I don't know his singing chops, but I do think that Ryan Gosling in the Baldwin part would be pretty great.
Wow.
As well as Zoe Deschanel as the Gina Davis part. Okay. I feel like the two of them could work well together.
Okay. I can see that.
And then I'm going to go with Samara Weaving as the Winona Ryder. Samara Weaving was in, did you watch that Netflix babysitter movie?
No.
She's also in 3 Billboards. She is the young girlfriend of the ex-husband.
Oh, she was so funny.
Yeah,
cool. What was the word that Frances McDormand like? She said that word. What was it?
No, I don't remember that. But sorry, this is a tangent because of 3 Billboards.
Okay.
When Frances McDormand,
quickly, please.
When Frances McDormand went on the Oscar stage,
like
yes, I am.
On the table.
When Frances McDormand went on the Oscar stage to accept her award, she said hi to who was on stage, Jennifer Lawrence. There were 2 people on stage. I think it was Jennifer Lawrence and someone else. Someone else I love. I'm just exhausted and I can't think of her name right now.
Okay. Continue.
Moving on.
But so she says hi to them, and then she starts to walk out of the shot of the camera, and you're like, where is she going? And she goes to shake the hand of the person working there who holds the Oscar, and that's my friend. I was on his film set yesterday, and everyone in our Oscars viewing party lost their mind.
Oh my gosh. I did see it. I was like, she shook the hand of the guy.
Yeah, that's my friend.
Not an actor or a famous person. You could tell he was just there. How did he get that gig? Why can't we be on the Oscars stage?
He was an intern at the Academy Gold
offices
over the summer, and then they selected a couple people to submit to be it, and then 4 people were chosen. So he was there. And we all screamed, and then I was on set with him for the past 2 days because he's shooting his senior thesis.
Did he give you the scoop? I mean, what were the Oscars like? Who made out in the elevator? What's going on?
I did not investigate that while he was trying to put together
a
movie.
Next time,
he was trying to make a movie.
Okay. Good for you.
Getting back to this.
Him for being an artist.
I need to know, Joel, about Chris Hemsworth. Just like Laura's asking for Beetlejuice or for Adam's part, I need to know. Or maybe Hemsworth could be the designer guy.
Oh,
that could be cool.
I want him to do
that
more crazy, outlandish roles and not just be the handsome, hunky guy anymore. He's great at that, and I'm not saying he needs to stop doing that. But how much fun he had with, being the ghost, but possessed guy in Ghostbusters, and just all these wild, crazy things. I think he
could be the designer, and then Kristen Wiig for the Catherine O'Hara part. That could be good. That could be good. I love that we're casting this.
Yeah. Who? But wait, who would be Beetlejuice? You said
James McAvoy was my pick.
Who else could be Beetlejuice?
I mean, there's plenty of people that I was considering. Channing Tatum? Why not?
Maybe Lin-Manuel.
That's true. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So many.
So many.
So many great
Did
ideas.
you see the trailer for Mary Poppins Returns?
I did, and it looked a
really
little
liked
frightening. I mean, I'm gonna see it, and I love Mary Poppins, and I like what's happening, but I was like,
Yeah, I was with
someone
the
was
thing with the
saying to
mirror,
me,
I
it's
like
the
that.
reverse. It's the reverse Georgie.
What's Georgie?
Georgie from It. Like you see him going to the gutter. It's kind of the reverse. Like you see him going after this kite, but then you look up to the sky.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing
And then
descending
there's a
upon
woman,
you.
like a demon cloud woman descending. I love it. I was like,
I don't remember
yes.
who told me that, but I was like, oh, you're
Yeah.
right. That is kind of how it is.
But yeah. I feel like if I rewatch the original Mary Poppins, that's how it is too. It's a little bit creepy that she can do all this magic, and you're
Well,
like,
I mean,
what the fuck?
the mirror thing is from the original movie. She does that in that one too. Yeah.
I need to rewatch it.
What's your next one?
My next one is gonna be I want to remake A Chorus Line.
Yes, Chorus Line is great.
I love the Broadway musical version. The film itself, I remember just being like, what I thought the film was kind of strange and a little like I thought the beats and the tone was off.
True. It was a little different, and they left out songs in the movie, and I was like, you left out some of the best songs. What are you doing?
And I think that Michael is it Michael Douglas?
Yeah, Michael Douglas was the
very
director.
miscast, and I was like, why is he the director? He doesn't seem like a Broadway director at all. But yeah, I'd want to remake it as kind of a modern telling of what it's like to work in this industry, and kind of include what we do, like the whole like hosting gigs and everything, and how everyone can kind of make their own art, but it doesn't mean that you're an artist.
We're gonna update it.
You
and
know,
it's gonna be how many gigs you work for free.
Yeah.
For exposure.
Yeah. Get this for your resume. Get this for your reel, guys. It's it's unpaid, but you get a lot of opportunity.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Doesn't pay the bill for all my ramen noodles. Which I've discovered the fancy ramen noodles at restaurants instead of the
those are good.
99
Those are
store.
delicious.
Have you been to Tatsu yet?
No, what's Tatsu?
It's the best ramen place in
Oh wait, no, I
it's
have.
one of the best
I've
ramen places.
totally
Yeah.
eaten at Tatsu.
Okay.
I thought it was Matsu.
No.
Okay, Tatsu. Yeah, I've absolutely eaten there, and it's really good.
It's real good.
It's real good, you guys. Okay.
My last one was just like a shout out to other musicals that have been on Broadway that could be great to see again or see for the first time. So Bring It On, I would love to see. Newsies, Ben has talked about this before, and just like updating it, because the musical, he says, is much better than the movie, and plus then you'd have like better singers, because Christian Bale can't sing.
There is the live recording of the Broadway musical, which is pretty great. And it has Jeremy Jordan reprising his role from the official Broadway production. Nice. And Jeremy Jordan is a god.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Book of Mormon and Hamilton. One day Hamilton will come to the screen, but I feel like it's going to take a good decade or more, because they want to suck as much money as they can out of that before they take it to the screen so you can see it.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what I have. Should we run down everything we've talked about so that way?
Sure. You go one, I'll go one.
From the top. I started with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Then I said Something Rotten.
Then I went to Wicked.
I went to Seven Brides or Seven Brothers.
Then Xanadu.
I want Guys and Dolls.
Xanadu.
Waitress.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Beetlejuice.
Catch Me If You Can.
And Bring It On, Newsies, Book of Mormon, Hamilton.
And a chorus line to end it.
Whoop, whoop. Perfect.
That was our musical show, you
all
guys.
Musicals, all movie musicals, all the time. All day long, all the time. Good times.
Yeah.
I
just had a thought.
Yes.
You mentioned Bring It On, and there is a musical moment in that movie where Eliza Dushku does her little thing. She's like, I transferred from Los Angeles. Your school has no gymnastics team. This is the last resort.
And the opening number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The opening number. Can't forget that.
We can't forget that.
Red. Yeah. I need to reach.
I'm sexy. I'm cute. I'm popular to boot. Bitchin'. Great hair. The boys all want to stare. I'm wanted. I'm hot. I'm everything you're not. I'm pretty. I'm cool. I dominate this school. Who am I? Just guess. Boys want to touch my chest. I'm rockin'. I smile. And many think I'm vile. I don't remember the rest. That's all I got.
That was a lot that you did. That was
that's all I can remember.
Yeah.
All right, lady, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Stacey O. Howard. No E, no I, just Y.
I love that. I love that little
thing that I've practiced in the shower a million times. And that my boyfriend always tells me, you talk to yourself a lot. And I go, yeah, I'm fucking practicing. Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
You can find me all day, every day on Twitter at Miss Movies, Instagram Miss_movies, and that's pretty much it. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.